Hi everyone, Janelle here. The next technology resource that I would like to share with you all is Khan Academy. I selected this resource because teachers are always looking for ways to differentiate our classroom to meet the needs of individuals. We need to challenge our gifted students without frustrating our lower level students. We need to slow down for the lower level students without making the on grade level and above grade level students bored. Khan Academy is a great resource for this and covers ISTE for Educators 5A. Educators design authentic learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learner variability. They use technology to create, adapt, and personalize learning experiences that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. Khan Academy also has pre-tests called mission warm-ups, or if it's starting a whole new subject, it will say you're going to unlock your personalized study plan. Students can take the pre-test to find out what specific areas on that topic they already know and what they need help with. This feature covers ISTE for Educators 6A that states educators will foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and outcomes in both independent and group settings. I will show you how to set up Khan Academy and give you a few examples of how it can be used in the classroom. My goal for this tutorial is to give you an idea of how to get it set up and also some ideas for how to use Khan Academy. Just a couple quick examples. It can be used to teach an entire unit. It can be used as a supplement for a lesson that you're already teaching. It can be used to fill in knowledge gaps from previous courses. It can be used to push out assignments and video lessons to your students if you have to be gone for the day. Or it can be used to review the national or state standards, and I'll show you where to find these on the Khan activities. My intended audience for this video is all educators that are looking for new technologies to use in their classroom. So this tutorial itself covers ISTE for Educators 2C. So first we're going to go to khanacademy.org and we're just going to go ahead and go to log in. If you have a Gmail account, which all of our Fort Hays emails are Gmail accounts, and probably a lot of our school emails are Gmails. I know the school I teach at is. If you don't have a Gmail account, you'll have to go to sign up. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the login. And if it's a Gmail account, you have to click the continue with Google. That's something that the students always struggle with. They want to go straight to typing in their email or username and password. And if it's a Gmail account, it won't allow them to do that. They have to click the continue with Google. Okay, and then if you have multiple Gmail accounts, which I do, you'll want to click on the one you want. I'm going to go ahead and use my Fort Hays one just to show you how to get it set up, and then I'll log into my school one that I already have set up just to kind of show you how to send out assignments and that kind of thing. So I'm going to tell it to allow, and it's going to ask you a few questions. It says continue, and you don't have to click on all your subjects. You can start with just one. You can always add more later, but then that brings you to your subjects, and this is, you can look and see this is what the students are going to see. Okay, so if you're just wanting the students to use it as, okay, we're going to do some algebra things in here, this is going to be a supplement for when we have free time in class, you can just say, okay, do what I just did to sign up, click start on our algebra basics, and you can start on the basic things. You can find all of these topics. These that have the play button show a video, and so you can see there's a lot of videos. These are just like explanations or notes that are already there for those type of things. And then you can go to practice. It says, and it tells you how many questions you need to get right to move to the next level. So quiz 2, quiz 3, quiz 6, and then there's a unit test. So this is if you're going with just, you know, supplements, kind of going along with what you're doing in class, or if you're using it to as like maybe a summer school type thing. So that's kind of how that looks if we want to use it that way. So it's kind of what your students are going to see. If you click on the mission part of it, it's going to say it wants to unlock a personalized study plan for you, or it will say mission warm-up. Sometimes it calls it mission warm-up. Sometimes it says unlock a personalized study plan. You say get started, and you're going to do 6 problems, and it's going to kind of see what you know from this unit and what you don't, and how to give you lessons that you need, and maybe say, okay, I think you already know that topic and you don't need to do any more on that. I'm going to click out of that to keep going. We as teachers would want to set up a coaches, we want to call ourselves a coach. So we click on our name and we want to add students. The first thing we need to do is put our classes in. So it gives you an example, but I'm just going to put first hour algebra 1. Next, that's an algebra 1 class. Next, and if you want to add the SAT prep, you can. I'm going to skip that for now. This is my class code for this class. So when I tell the students to log in, this is the class code that they're going to use, and I'll show you where to have them put that in. And you can add multiple classes, obviously. In mine, I have multiple classes. Okay, so how to get your students in your class. So you're going to tell them to go to Khan Academy. And when they do, it'll come to that home screen, just like it did when we first logged in. And it will look like this, exactly like it did when we first logged in. And we click Coaches. And they're just going to go to join a class right here and type in that code that it just gave us for first hour, and then it will show up on your roster when you go into your Khan Academy as the coach or the teacher. Okay, so that's the easiest way to get a class put together. I've found, instead of myself typing in all of their emails to try to get them added, if they all just enter in the code, they're boom in your class for you, and you can start assigning content to them. So I'm in my high school account now that I've been using for my real students, and I wanted to show you guys how to see the feedback from the assignments that you give your students. So you click on your name up here and you click Coach Dashboard, and then that's where you can see all of your classes that you have and see the results from the assignments that you have given. I want to send my Algebra 1 students a Systems of Equations assignment for them to do when I'm going to be gone the next day. So solving systems of equations by substitution. Sure. I'm going to, I can send them videos, I can send them anything. I'm going to go to the exercises. I'm going to click on Systems of Equations by substitution. It's going to show me exactly what it'll look like with them. It's going to show me the Common Core math standards that it aligns to. So this is the 8th grade Common Core standards that it aligns to, and this is the high school one that it aligns to. Then to actually get this to my students, I'm going to say assign to, and I want to assign it to my Algebra 1 classes. So I click on the ones that I want to assign it to, and then I want them to have it done by Monday the 18th. And you can set the time if you want to change the time. Give them till midnight if you want, or give them till the end of the day, or however you want to do it. And then you just click assign. and it's going to assign those to my classes, which they will probably see on their school emails if they have it tied to their phones or something. So I may have just freaked out a few of my students right now, but that's okay. I'm sure they won't worry about it too much over the summer. So then when they do that, after they do their assignment, and this will show up in their dashboard, and they can ask for like push notifications, so as soon as I assign something, they'll get it. Most of them don't do that. They just wait for the email, or they, when they're told to log into Khan Academy and see what their assignment is, they just do that. So then I'm going to go back to my coach's dashboard, and I'm going to look in my Algebra 1, and I can look at my assignments. So this one I assigned today, 0 out of 10 have completed it. So I can see that, nothing's going on with it, but I can still click back and see what it was. So I'm going to look at past assignments, and let's say the one that I assigned May 4th on factoring, who's completed it, so I can look and see, okay, Ben got 100%, Tyler got a 50%, Stephen got a 75%, and the rest of them didn't do it. And sometimes this is just something I've said, this would be good to review for the test. You don't have to do it, but it's great study problems. So that's why not all of these have done their assignment, because they didn't necessarily have to. I can download it in an Excel type spreadsheet if I want to, if I have a lot of students that I need to get in there. So there's a lot of different things I can do to find out if they understood or not. So like this one, again, I can view their report, I can view their individual report. So like Ben, it'll show me exactly what problems he did to get them right. I can see how many times they've attempted it and then what their best score was. So like this one, Pierce didn't really understand because he attempted it 3 times and he still only got 25% on them. So there was something going on with Pierce there. Okay, so that was the main basics for how to use Khan Academy. If you have them doing just a lot of stuff on their own for the mission, it will actually grow their avatar, and they can get badges and goals and that kind of thing for completing their assignments and their mission. So that's really fun for them to be able to see their avatar grow and get the awards and the badges and that kind of thing. It makes them feel good. So like I said at the beginning, I would like to give not only how to get Khan Academy set up, but maybe a couple of ideas for how to use it. So like I said before, you can use this to teach an entire unit. We saw when we first clicked on Khan Academy that it can take us through an entire Algebra 1 class, and it can list the topics and give unit tests and give quizzes that you can use to give your students their grades. You can use it for, I actually used it as an alternate assignment to give to a student that had just broken his dominant handwriting arm and wrist. And so it was just really hard for him to complete the assignments out of the book. So I gave him similar assignments through Khan Academy. I think the most that my students have gotten out of Khan Academy is when I taught at my other school. We had what was called an assist class. So like if they took Algebra 1 and they were really struggling with math, they were put in a separate class called Math Assist. And I looked at like their STAR math results, and it would tell me, what skills they were missing. I would click on those specific skills for that individual student, and they would just work on those skills that they were missing, and it really caught them back up and made them feel successful. They saw success in the regular class then because they had those gaps filled in, which is awesome. So that was probably the best thing that I've used Khan Academy for. I've also used it just as kind of review when, our state tests were coming up. I just looked at the state standards that it said, okay, these are the ones that are going to be highly emphasized. So I just looked up those numbers and gave the Khan Academy reviews just as kind of, hey, refresh your brain on this kind of thing. Sometimes I assign just review from a previous course. So all of those types of things are just ways that I've used Khan Academy. Also, some students move faster than others, so if they're done with the assignment that you've given that goes with it, then they can just continue their mission, and it's challenging those students that need to be challenged, yet still allowing the others time to finish their work. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas for how to use Khan Academy in your class. And also one that I left out is it is really handy if you are sick and need a quick lesson plan for the morning. You can push out a video to your students and then have them do the exercises that go with that video, so that your students aren't falling behind just because you were sick. And it's pretty easy to do, even if you're not feeling well. You just get on your computer at home and push out those assignments, and it works really well. So again, hopefully this gives you a few ideas of how to use Khan Academy, and at least gives you an idea of how to get it set up so you can play with it a little bit and feel comfortable with it. Thanks for watching.